these are the different things that we can talk about for advanced link building, and we're going to talk about these briefly, and I'm going to share some URLs with you guys and talk about how I use them in my business. But SendWire, which is closed to the public right now, but I know a lot of you probably are already using SendWire or have it. I know that they will open the doors again. It is a good tool. I use it for second-tier links mainly, or I'll use it for first-tier links to YouTube stuff. But for money, for like website syndication stuff, I use it as tier 2 links. So in other words, I use this to build additional links to my IFTTT networks. Your social ladder, we'll talk about that in a minute as well. FCS Networker and GSA, those are my favorites. We have, you know, a service, a solution for that as well. PBNs, guys, I still use PBNs. I just don't use them in the traditional PBN sense. We'll talk about those briefly. Press releases, I love press releases, very powerful. Embeds and social embeds, I think that's really cool. That's something that you guys know. We get embeds and social embeds already through the IFTTT networks, but there's ways that you can exponentially increase that for very, very cheap too, and I'll show you that. And then social engagement, which is actually should be at the top of the list, but I wanted to talk about that last because we already talked about that in advanced strategy webinar number 3 in the IFTTT SEO Academy. But I want to talk about that again because and it was also talked about in YouTube Silo Academy. But that is actually going to be one of the most significant of the ranking factors, probably the most significant, is social engagement. You can rank videos if there's social engagement with little to no backlinks, okay? But there are times where pushing juice helps too. So we're going to get into these each a little bit more. SendWire, again, that's closed to the public, but there are a couple other services that do stuff similar. Social Ladder, guys, I've been using Social Ladder for about, I don't know, maybe 2.5 years. Adam, I'm just going to drop this whole thing in here if you want to. I'm going to probably drop them in blocks. We can just get them on the thing.
Yeah, I'll parse it out.
Okay. This is going to be FCS Networker. Oh, actually, that's GSA Search. That's GSA Search Engine Ranker. For some reason, guys, their website is down. It's been down for 2 days now. GSA Search Engine Ranker. So I don't know why you can't purchase it right now. Their site's down. I'm assuming it'll come back up, or maybe they have a different sales page somewhere. But for whatever reason, that site's down. Anyways. SendWire, like I said, guys, I use that for tier 2 for website stuff. I will use it for tier 1 for videos. But essentially, guys, you know what SendWire is, right? It's just like what our IFTTT networks do, except it's a hosted solution that you can add your Web 2s to, and then you can post to, and you can spin content and stuff like that. So it's a good service. I've got it. I've got almost 1,300 Web 2 accounts in it, in my SendWire account. So I use it. It's definitely a good tool. You know, like I said, I think it's a good tool. I use it to complement my IFTTT networks. Social Ladder, guys. Social Ladder is a service that I've used for, like I said, about 2.5 years. It's a bookmarking and social signal service. It's probably one of the best. The guy that runs it is a really good dude. It's not that expensive, and it's something that you can use consistently to add additional social signals and bookmarks and things like that. I use it for not only videos, but I've also used Social Ladder for direct-to-money site bookmarks and things like that to dilute anchor text. For like if I'm working on a client site, for example, or some of my lead gen sites that have been over-optimized anchor text ratios, right? Then I'll use Social Ladder and things like that to dilute the anchor text. So it's a good service, okay? So FCS Networker and GSA Search Engine Ranker, those are my preferred additional link building tools because I've got Dedia on my team, who is just a ninja at what he does. And he's got a whole team of people now that he manages that run FCS Networker and GSA Search Engine Ranker. Adam dropped those links on the page. You guys can go check them out. If you want to learn how to do them yourself, obviously, I don't recommend that, guys, unless you have the desire to learn how to run these kind of tools. Personally, I don't do it. I know, like Hernan, he's not on with us right now, and Adam too, but I know Hernan probably does more of it than Adam, use these tools themselves. I never learned how to use SES Networker or GSA because I really had no desire. I come from, when I was using spam tools myself, I was using SE Nuke, if you guys remember that, and there's also Magic Submitter. I didn't put that on here, but I used to use SE Nuke, and I used to run that myself, and it had a big learning curve, and I spent a lot of time in that tool, and I just really didn't enjoy that time. So when GSA kind of took over as the #1 spam tool, I just immediately hired it out. And that's how I found Deddy. I found him on Odesk, and now he works for us. You know, he manages his own team, but he's also on salary with me, and now he's on loan to Semantic Mastery, and he's really good at it. And then FCS Networker, when I learned about that, it's funny because at the time, Deddy hadn't even been using FCS Networker, but I introduced it to him, and I said, hey, this is supposed to be like a great tool that I think we could use between our money site and GSA links. Would you learn it if I purchased it? And he said, yeah, and now he's a ninja at it. Okay, so I never had to learn FCS because I asked him to learn it, and he did, and he's very good at it. And guys, I'm just telling you this because if you want to learn how to do it, you can. Just know that there is a learning curve, and it's going to take you time to get proficient with the tool. So if you don't have the money to hire somebody to do it, which, again, I still think you'd be better paying the money to get somebody else to do it for you so that you could focus on the stuff that you enjoy. You could focus on keyword research, producing videos, talking to clients. You could do the things that produce money. You know what I'm saying? And you can get somebody else to do those kind of tasks. But if you want to learn how to do them, you can buy them and you can learn how to do them, and you can get very, very, very good results. I don't recommend using GSA Search Engine Ranker directly to videos or directly to your money site by all means. And in fact, GSA Search Engine Ranker I would not recommend using as even Tier 2 links. That's why our service that we provide, and I use this as a shameless plug here, guys, the Semantic Mastery Link Building Service is the exact same service that I use in my business and that Deddy runs. It's him managing these projects. So you guys can buy the service from us, and we'll do it for you. Okay, but what we do, and this is how I do it, is we build, you know, FCS Networker links to the IFTTT network properties. Then we do GSA Search Engine Ranker links to the FCS Networker links. So GSA is actually out at Tier 3. Okay, and the reason we do that is because it's a complete spam tool, and you got to be very, very careful with how close spam is. You don't want to go any closer than, unless you're really, really skilled with the tool, I would not suggest going any closer than Tier 3 because Google is looking out 2 tiers now. Okay, so if you're going to use these kind of tools, guys, you just got to know how to use them or hire somebody that's already skilled. Okay, and so our service is available too. Oh, by the way, that's the wrong link. Did you check that, Adam? It's supposed to be links.
Yeah, I just posted the right one. Thanks, Greg.
All right, that was the wrong link. Okay, so I want to move on, guys. I know I'm trying to go kind of fast here, but let's go back to, okay, PBNs. Guys, we all know what PBNs are, right? Private blog network sites. If you have some, use them, okay? I do not link from PBNs directly to money sites anymore unless they're highly themed PBNs and have really good metrics, clean link profiles and everything else, okay? But what I do use PBNs for is Tier 2 links to my IFTTT network properties, or to citations if I'm doing local stuff, like, you know, local business directories, Yelp and Yellow Pages and things like that. You know, I'll link directly to those with PBNs, but I don't link directly to money sites with those. However, with videos, PBNs are great because you can get an embed or backlinks, right? You can do an embed and a backlink and a post to the video, right? And so PBNs are very, very good for that kind of stuff, guys. Even if you guys are just doing video SEO and you're going to get serious about your business, I recommend that you start buying expired domains with good metrics and start building up some video syndication PBNs. Like, you know, I call them broadcasting sites, okay? Because you're going to get really, really good results by broadcasting or embedding and syndicating videos to PBN sites with good metrics. You'll get really good results. Okay, so I have a very, very large PBN. Well, in my mind it is. I've got over 400 sites and PBNs and different various themes, you know, like grouped into various themes. And I use them for videos. Most of them now, probably 2/3 of them, about 300 out of about 450 of them are specifically like used as Tier 2 or video broadcasting sites now. I've only got about 1/3 of my sites, roughly 150, that I still use direct to money site links. Okay, and that's just because, like I said, you got to be real careful about it. So, how do you manage a PBN network? Well, first of all, guys, you can go out and buy expired domains like the way that we, you know, people have always done, and they go look for auction and find good metrics, and then you end up spending $150 or $200 on a domain. I don't recommend that because you can find expired domains. By the way, tomorrow we're going to have Jacob Hagberg on for the special webinar at 4 o'clock tomorrow with Outsource Ranking and Index Bear. And Index Bear is his service where he sells expired domains that they've gone out, researched, located, they've purchased them
for just the cost of a registration fee, so like $10. But they've done the research and they've checked the metrics and they've got good backlink profile and a trust flow of 20 plus. And they begin at $30 per domain. And if you buy like 10, it's like $27 per domain. So it goes down from there. It's $30 per domain and it goes down from there. Guys, that right there is totally worth it. And that's part of the reason why we at Semantic Mastery are probably going to be offering that service in the coming weeks. We thought about it and we want to be able to create a marketplace of aged Web 2 accounts and also domains with good metrics, expired domains with good metrics that we can resell. We're not looking to gouge anybody. We just want to make a small profit for having the research, locating and the research done. So we're actually working on that now. But my point is that you can, instead of going out and going after auction domains where you're going to be competing with others, bidding against others, and that drives the price up, just wait. A lot of these domains don't get purchased that have good metrics because a lot of SEOs are looking at the wrong metrics. Okay, and then if you want to take the time to learn how to do the research and everything, you can get them for a registration fee, which is $10. Or you can let other people, again, what's the best use of your time? Let other people do it for you, and all you need to do is shell out $30 to get a good domain. So for $150, you could get 5 really good PBN domains that you could build a broadcasting network on, and then put an IFTTT network around each one of those, right? So essentially, let's say you've got 5 PBN domains, and you get an IFTTT network with live stream sites. It's roughly 22. Let's just say 20 properties around each one of those, a ring around each one of those, and that's just if you're doing tier 1. What if you do a full 2-tier? And let's say it's 80 properties for a full 2-tier network. You've got 5 PBN sites that you're now broadcasting your videos to, with a ring of with 80 tier 2 or 80 Web 2 properties around each one of those. You're looking at the 5 plus an additional 400 sites. So now you're looking at 405 sites that your video is going to get syndicated to, of which these would have really good metrics, right? So you guys can start to see why having a network is important. If you're going to be serious about your business, guys, the Web 2 networks are great, but if you can incorporate PBN domains into them, you're going to see much better results. So I highly recommend getting into that. So how do you manage them? It's a couple ways. I'm going to grab these links and drop them in the chat. I'm trying to keep moving, guys. I swear to God. Let's do this. I'm going to drop this whole batch in here. Adam.
Sure.
Okay. Main WP. I'll let Adam talk about that briefly once he posts those links. Main WP, guys, is a WordPress plugin. It's a parent-child plugin type thing where you get a dashboard and you install it like on a I call a control center WordPress site. That's all it does is just acts as a control center, and then you install the child plugin on all your other sites that you want to manage, and it allows you to auto update everything from one location. It allows you to do they have a ton of extensions, they call them, which are plugins, additional plugins that will add functionality to your whole management system, and it's really, really cool. I don't use it for posting to my sites. Adam does, however, and so Adam, I'll ask you to talk about that in just a moment. But what I use Main WP for is to manage, to keep everything in groups, to keep my networks in groups, and also so I can update plugins and WordPress updates and themes and everything very quickly and very easily. So I don't use it for the posting feature, but I use it for the network management feature. Adam, can you talk about the posting feature? Uh-oh, did I lose Adam?
Nope, that was good. I had my microphone muted. Don't worry, I'm figuring out how to use the internet today, apparently. All right, so Main WP, I think Bradley did a pretty good job of explaining what it does, but it's a free plugin that you can install. You can use it to manage all of your sites. So the downside is if you want to do some of the more advanced stuff, you need to pay for it, but in my mind, it's well worth it. I'm not going to go into the details of it. You click on the link and check it out and see if it's what you need. But from inside that one dashboard, you can post to all of your sites. So Chris, that answers one of your questions as well. It's another product. There's a ton of ways to do this, but it's a great way. You can go in. It's got an inbuilt spinner if you need something like that. It's not something I use, but you can post, use tags. It's got all that built into it, and I believe that's included in the free version, but I'm not sure. I've been using it for so long, I don't know. But it can also do a lot of other stuff, cloning and neat stuff like that.
Yeah, and guys, if you take a look at the we'll hop over there just briefly for a moment because I don't want to spend a lot of time on it because we're running out of time anyways. But just keep in mind, guys, if we got to stay over a few minutes, I hope Adam doesn't mind, but I will because we had that
problem in the beginning, and I want to make sure that I get through this lesson. Okay. So come on, redirect. All right. So if you come over here to, excuse me, I'm getting a phone call. If you come over here to main WP and you take a look at extensions, their pricing has gone up. I know that for sure because it used to be a lot cheaper, but that's because they continue to get better and add more stuff. But if you come over here and let's see, I wanted to go to browse all extensions.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of following along here with you. Which one are you looking for?
Okay. Well, I just wanted to show like some of the things they have. Like they have a spinner. Why the hell can't I just look at, here we go, let's go all extensions again, let's see what happens. Okay, yeah, all right, so all extensions, if you guys take a look at this, some of the extensions are free, some of them are paid, but you can see that there's a ton of different things in here that you can do that can help you to manage your networks, your network of sites. Like for example, they have, I know they have a spinner extension now, they have a clone extension. If you're building PBNs, guys, what I suggest you do is you set up a standard WordPress installation with all of the plugins that you typically want to use, which you should keep very light in your PBNs anyways. Set up all of the settings, configure all of the settings of all your plugins, do all of that, and then make a clone of it. And then from there, you install the clone on all of the subsequent PBNs that you build, because then it will take, I mean, it will save you like an hour, hour and a half on every build, just because you've installed a clone that already had all of your plugins and configurations done, right? So just keep that in mind. But if you take a look, guys, there's like a ton of stuff here. I know they have like a links manager and stuff like that, so you can actually manage links on all of your different posts, which is great for managing like PBN posts. I know they have a spinner, and I probably just blew right past it. They have URL extractor extensions, so you can like do client reporting, or you can pull URLs out of posts and then send them to indexers. Or send them to our semantic mastery link building service so that we can do our second and third tier links for you. You know what I mean? There's a ton of things that you can do, guys. It's a great tool for managing your network properties. Okay, so just peruse this site, take a look at it, check it out. The main dashboard control, main control plugin and the child plugin are free, and they have several free extensions, and then you can check them out and just buy them as you need them. Okay, really,
yeah, for
really
those
cool.
of you more security-oriented too, the good thing about this is they're open source on their base plugin, so that anyone can check the code. There's nothing crazy going on here, and it's free to download the base, and it does a lot. So if you're not sure, and you haven't used it, check it out. It can do a lot without paying for anything.
Yeah. Okay. So next, back over to this for very quickly. Self-managed. Okay, when I'm talking about the difference between self-managed PBNs and managed, guys, what I'm talking about is if you're building your own PBNs, you're going to be self-managing those. Okay, and that's why I brought up main WP, because that's I used to do PBN stuff, guys, and I just managed everything through Google Docs, and it was really just after once I got over 100 domains, it was ridiculous. It was just absolutely cumbersome, and it was just it was unbearable. So I actually tried multiple different blog management platforms. And I finally settled on main WP. One of the ones that I tried before main WP though was FCS. I'm sorry, not that. I'll talk about that in a moment. Fightback Network. When Fightback Network first launched, it's by the same people that do Zont SEO. I think they're the ones that manage it. Or at least they're affiliated with them in some way. But Fightback Network is a way. It's not only a blog management platform, but it's also a way to where you can you contribute some PBN sites to a community of other sites, and that way you can actually get you can get posts on other people's PBNs, so you get more IP diversity and everything else. But people also get to post on your PBNs, and they also have groups like blog groups so that they're themed, which is important. And I got in when they first opened up, and I actually got out of it after a while, and I took all of my PBNs out of it. I think I had like 130 PBNs in there at one time before I pulled them back out. And I'm not saying anything bad about them. I just went with a safer route because I had some issues with some sites getting de-indexed and thing like that, but it wasn't necessarily because of Fightback Network. However, like I said, when you allow other people, and you have to be a member of this, well, not necessarily. There's different levels of membership. You can run just your own networks in there and not allow anybody to post on them. But one of the benefits of it is if you have other people post on yours, then you can get posts on other people's, which gives you the IP diversity, blah, blah, blah. But the problem with that is you don't have control over what other people post. And so sometimes you'll get some real spammy crap.
And so that's why, like I said, I don't like that. However, I dropped the link in there because that all said, I haven't been a member of Fightback Networks now for about a year and a half. And I was looking at their site, and I've heard some good things on some of the Black Hat forums and stuff recently about it. So I know that the service has improved, and they've completely redone their website and everything else. So I think like their whole management and everything else is probably a lot better. And I think that's something worth looking at. Even if all you did was used it as the blog management tool and not allowed other people to post on your blogs, it would help you guys to be able to manage your blogs better. Okay, FCS Networker. I know that you can post to self-hosted WordPress sites in FCS Networker. I have never done it because, again, I've never run FCS Networker a day in my life. Dedia does that for me, but I know that you can do that, so that might be another option for posting to PBN sites. Okay, let me back up. My mouse is going nuts. Managed. Okay, managed means like if you're going to somebody a service that has a PBN, and so they're basically managing the link building for you guys. That's the hands-off approach. There are benefits to that because the benefits are obviously that you don't have to manage it. The drawbacks are you don't know what type of sites necessarily that you're getting posted on, or what like other kind of content are on that sites. How well themed are the blogs? Those public networks are generally open to being de-indexed, because if they're public, what's to stop a Google employee from joining that and then finding the link, submitting some content to get to get links built back to them, then locating those links and then saying, okay, we're de-indexing these sites. There are some people that are very, very good at keeping, hiding that footprint, and they're very good about that kind of stuff. Outsource Ranking is one of them. He's the guy that Jacob Hagberg runs that. He's going to be on with us tomorrow. I've actually used Outsource Ranking, so I can vouch for them. It's a good service. There's no question. I don't use them anymore only because I have so many of my own PBNs. Okay, so when you're first starting out, I would suggest if you have the budget, or if you're doing client work, you're going to have a budget, right, because of client money. Start building your own PBN network if it's something you want to do. Again, I think it's important to do so, but you can start out by using other people. And so here are some, like I said, Outsource Ranking. Jacob Hagberg's going to be on tomorrow. You guys will get to hear from him tomorrow. But there are also, did I already drop those in? I did. There are some of the Black Hat forums that you can go buy link packages or even monthly packages. Sometimes they're just one-off packages. Other times they're monthly packages. But Black Hat World, Wicked Fire, and Traffic Planet, those are probably the 3 best places to go to get PBN packages. Okay, so we're going to move on. Press releases. And guys, there's something I completely blew over. I don't know how I missed it in the slides, but I'm going to have to go back and talk about that too. And I know we're at 6 o'clock, guys. So, Adam, I just dropped those in there. We're going to talk about press releases very quickly. Guys, press releases are very, very powerful, not only for your money sites, but also for video SEO. Okay, you guys can get a press release distribution done and have a link pointing back to your YouTube video, and you get 250, 300 links from usually high DA media style sites very, very quickly, because when the press release goes across, gets picked up and distributes, it gets hundreds of media style links like news sites and things like that, which are very, very high powered links. A lot of the times they're no follow links. Most of them are no follow links, but it doesn't matter because it's a matter of getting those kind of like media style links to videos will help it to rank. It's also great for IP diversity for websites, especially if you're using the IFTTT networks the way we teach, where all of your other SEO activity is directed at your IFTTT networks. That keeps your IP diversity very, very low, which isn't necessarily a good thing, right? But when you do press releases and link directly to your money site, you can get hundreds of IPs pointed back to your site very, very quickly, and it's okay because Google understands that those are press release links, so it allows that to happen. It's not going to hurt your site. Just you have to know how to write press releases or hire it out, which is what I do. I certainly don't write my own press releases. And when you build your links into your press releases, don't use keywords, because your keyword anchor text will get picked up and syndicated to 300 plus sites with that same exact match anchor text. Now you're in trouble. So what you want to do is use URL anchors or brand, unless or if you're linking to a YouTube video, even that I would still link with just a naked URL or a broad term instead of like an exact match and things like that. But YouTube, remember, can handle getting a flood of exact match anchors where your website could get punished for that. But some press releases now will allow you to also get an embed. Think about that, guys. You get picked up and get a 300 plus embeds on news sites with a video. If it's a decent video, I wouldn't do it unless it's a high, a nice video. Wouldn't do it with a spam video. Let's put it that way. But even if you're not getting the embed, you can link directly to the YouTube URL. Guys, think about that. It's very, very powerful. And also there's some hacks for getting that. I'm sure some of you guys have seen that really big YouTube video that shows up in the search results every now and then. There's a way that there's a hack for that sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't, but you just add a small snippet of code to the end of the YouTube URL, and that will make that big video appear. Not all the time. It doesn't happen all the time, but if you can get that URL submitted through a press release, and it gets picked up very quickly by media sites, 300 plus, then that can help you to force that big video image to show up. Okay, and I'll leave that in the notes. I don't have it pulled up here for me, guys, but I'll put that in the notes with the replay. So press releases, where do we get them? PR Roll Run, it's called Press Release Roll Run. It's on Traffic Planet, the site which we just talked about in the previous slide. Traffic Planet is one of the places you can get all kinds of link building services. And Press Release Roll Run, I've actually used this guy. The guy that runs his name's Joe Hughes. I've used it many, many times. It costs like $79, but he'll write the press release and distribute it, and then he also does second-tier Web 2 links to the PRs and things like that, guys. Really high-quality service. For $79, guys, it could be what you need to push you over to the top to get your website ranked or your YouTube video ranked, which then you can go rent out or sell leads or whatever. Guys, if you can make $200 a month off of a video being ranked, is it worth spending $79 once to get it ranked? Of course it is. Let them do the work, right? Fiverr, you can go to Fiverr. I don't recommend Fiverr that much, but I just wanted to put that in there because some of you are on a really tight budget. And Fiverr, you can actually go and hire somebody write your press release and also to distribute it. It's usually going to cost you a few gigs for that, like 25 bucks or something like that. But you can get some push out of that. I wouldn't recommend those directly to your money site, but you can with videos, no question. Submit PR123. They're actually a pretty cool service that I had found. Oh, by the way, guys, I don't know if Adam put all the notes in there, but for Fiverr, just use those key phrases that I put in there in the search. Just go to Fiverr, go in the search bar, type in press release distribution or submit press release, and you'll find providers in there that will do that for you. Okay, and I put an example link to one of the providers in there that will write a press release and submit it to SB Wire, which is a press release service. They've changed their name recently to I think called PressWire now. But they'll submit it to that network, and it'll cost you, I think, $25 to get the press release written and distributed. Okay, so that's a little bit of a cheaper route. There's also this, which we'll walk over this very quickly. We're going to try to wrap up in 10 minutes, guys, I promise. Submit press release 123. If you come over here and take a look at pricing, you can see that they've got a really nice service here for $24.95, which will give you the press release plus the distribution plus the video embed. See this? You get a video embed here. You get to include a video on this, and they'll also do like the distribution optional add-on. I haven't looked at all. I haven't actually purchased this yet, but I was looking into different press release services, and I saw that this one was a good option for $25. Okay, and sometimes, like I said, guys, this is just something that you could do in addition. If you've got a video that's like at the bottom of page 1 and you're having a hard time getting it up top, do a press release, and you'll see that it ought to bump. It ought to jump. Okay. All right, we're gonna move on past. Odesk. By the way, guys, you can go to Odesk and just I love Odesk, and you can type in find a contractor and type in in the find a contractor section type in press releases or press release, and then you'll see people will come up that can write press releases and like I've got a writer named Zilan. She does all of my press release writing for me. Cost me $15 per press release to have her write them, and then I have subscriptions to press release services, so I can distribute them anytime. But for $15, she always does a great job. It's just taken care of. I just submit the order to her, and within 3 days I get it back, and then I distribute it, and boom, it's done. Okay, so Odesk, not only can you find writers, but you can find writers that also have subscriptions to press release distribution services, so they can write them and distribute them for you. Highly recommended, guys. I don't recommend writing press releases. It's personally I find I'd rather watch paint dry. All right, next we're gonna finish up. I think this is the this is the last slide, guys. Advanced link building. The embeds portion of this, guys. Embeds is important. We know that. We do that automatically with IFTTT networks, right? We get embeds and or backlinks with our every distribution, right? Or every syndication, every upload, or every live stream that we do. Either way, no matter how we get the video on our channel, we get automatic backlinks and embeds. Well, you can also get other people, and by the way, PBNs, remember PBNs, we talked about this earlier, but PBNs are a good place to get additional embeds as well, okay? But also you can buy additional PBNs. Now I put SEO clerks here because, and you know what, I totally missed, I still got to talk about one other thing too, so let's try to roll through this. Here, Adam, here's the embeds for SEO clerks. We'll go take a look at this very quickly, guys. I've used this service in the past. And SEO clerks is like Fiverr, but it's like specifically for SEO stuff, and they've got gigs that cost more than $5 too. But there are people on here that like, look at this. I will embed YouTube video in 555 high PR websites for $13. Guys, these are really, some of these gigs are actually really good to help you rank videos. By the way, though, keep in mind, and I think at the bottom of this slide I talk about social engagement. I do. Just keep in mind that any kind of activity, if you're going to increase your backlink building to your video, or increase your embeds, you also need to be making sure that you're increasing your views, because it doesn't look natural to get 555 embeds and not have, you know, 150 to 300 views. It doesn't look natural, right? If you upload a video and then you go buy a video embed package and you get 555 embeds, and then you've built a link building package, or you press release, for God's sakes, press releases, if you have an actual embed in a press release, chances are you're going to get a lot of natural views anyways, because people are going to actually click the video. That's why I say don't use a spam video. But anyways, if you get all these embeds and you buy a bunch of backlink packages and all that, and you end up and you've only got 20 views on your video, that really doesn't look good. Okay, and remember, the YouTube algorithm, a big part of it is social engagement now. So keep in mind that, you know, if you're going to be building embeds and or backlinks to your video and additional social signals and stuff, you need to increase your views too. And I don't recommend buying spam views. I've said that a million times. I'll say it again. Don't buy spam views anymore, guys. Go into these search, watch, like groups. Ask for other people to watch videos. Just make sure you return the favor and watch other people's videos. We have one of them that we just talked about in Hump Day Hangouts that you guys can join. I'm not real active in there because I use crowdsearch.me, but again, just increase your view rate, try to get natural. There's also microtask workers, which we'll talk about that in just a minute. So anyways, that said, SEO clerks, by going over here, you guys can see I gave you the search right there. There are a bunch of different services in here you can use. I usually sort by rating and then select somebody that has a good ratings, okay, just like Fiverr. Right? SEO Mojo, I put that with a question mark next to it because SEO Mojo is another service that it's another website where like SEO tasks and gigs and stuff are sold. Actually, one of the places I've sold my IFTTT network building service before we were doing, I sold it with Big Bamboo Marketing, my business. This was apart from Semantic Mastery. I was selling networks in there for $247. And I had a guy from Australia who purchased 10 of them from me in bulk. I had my gig posted for 3 days on SEO Mojo, and he contacted me via email and asked if I'd sell him networks in bulk, and because he ran a local SEO agency, and so I started selling him 10 networks at $1,000 per bundle, so it was costing me $100, and you know I was paying roughly $45 or whatever for, and these were just single tier 1 rings only. And I was paying like $45 or so my outsourcer to build them at the time. So I was making like, you know, $55 profit per network, and he was buying 10 at a time. And it worked really well because he got the tier 1 networks done, and I made money, and I didn't have to do anything. And so anyways, SEO Mojo, you can probably find stuff there. I didn't actually go search for it, but you can check other gigs there too, guys. Embeds, backlinking services, stuff like that. I think it's just SEOmojo.com. Just do a Google search for it. You'll find it. Okay, so those are just traditional embeds, guys. What about social embeds? This is really important. I think this is actually even more effective than a traditional embed anymore. Retweets, guys. Take a look at this. We're going to jump over here, and I'm going to show you this very quickly. Where is the login? There it is. We'll log in with one of my spam accounts, and we'll just go grab. In fact, why don't we grab the URL from this video right now, this Hangout, and we're going to create a tweet and say, actually, no, this is a private video. We don't want to do that. Let's go back and grab the Hump Day Hangout. We don't want to share this. You guys are paying for this, right? So let's go share the Hump Day Hangout instead. Watch this SEO webinar for free.
I'll say something like that. I'm going to paste the YouTube URL in. I'm going to hit tweet. And I don't know why it's asking me to put in a captcha. That's weird, but okay, let's do it anyways. Press it again. Okay, so now if we take a look and we go click on this timestamp here, you'll see that this is an embed. It's an embed inside of a tweet, guys. So now if you take by clicking on the timestamp, this gives you the tweet. You copy this URL. This is the tweet URL. Now you can go purchase retweets, and every retweet you get is going to be another embed. So this is a social embed in a tweet, and remember, Twitter has a domain authority of 100. You see that? Domain authority of 100. So you've got a very, very powerful embed here, and you can go to like Fiverr. Personally, I don't recommend Fiverr retweet gigs because they're, a lot of those accounts are just pure spam accounts. And not that some of the other paid services aren't, but I found that if you go like to direct by Twitter follower type services instead of through Fiverr, a lot of the times you're going to get a higher quality product out of them. You're going to spend a little bit more too. But my point is that you can get social embeds, and here is one service that I've recommended in the past. And so anyways, you just send the retweet URL, the tweet URL in, and you can buy packages like this. Is like a good mixed signal package that you can buy from redsocial.net. Here, I'm going to paste this in, Adam. And this will give you like multiple different kind of social signals. So this is like automated social signals. Here are two retweet providers that I have bought stuff from in the past, and I've also heard good things on from like Black Hat forums and stuff. These are just like retweet providers that you can purchase, bulk retweets. And guys, those are like really, really powerful embeds, right? Because they're social and they're on Twitter. So for example, you can get 500 retweets for $4.89. Okay, I wouldn't go crazy. You don't want to get 2,500 retweets, but you can get like 500 on like local videos, guys, and that's going to really help. All right. So then also, guys, Google Plus shares. We're going to talk about this. Let me drop these links in the chat real quick. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get to cover what I wanted to with the other thing. Might have to wait till next week to talk about one other thing that was not in the slides anyways, so maybe we'll save it for next week. Okay, so buy Google Plus Ones. This is something else that not Plus Ones. That's not what's important here. What's important is Google Plus shares because of the embeds, right? Just like what I just showed you with Twitter. Watch what happens if I come over here and I go to, let's go to my page profile. In fact, let me go to, I want to show you what I'm talking about very specifically. Right here. Posts, okay. So this is the Hump Day Hangout video right here. This one right here. In fact, this is the special giveaway. This is the one that you guys probably saw in the Facebook group where I took Masterclass Week 1 and I kind of edited it up a bit and I put that available for anybody on the public, kind of explain what this is about. So anyways, but you see what this is, guys. This is an embed in Google, right? So this is a YouTube video embedded into a Google Plus post. Very, very powerful, right? So if we click the drop down arrow, you're going to see link to post right here. So if we open that up, this is going to be the link to that specific post. So in fact, if we just let's go hit the go to button. This is just like the retweet URL, right? This is just like that tweet URL. This is the specific post now. So it essentially has its own page in Google Plus, and this is the page URL. Right? So this is really important because this is a Google Plus, a YouTube video embedded in Google Plus. Now you take this Google Plus post URL and you go buy Google Plus shares with this post URL so that you get multiple embeds across Google Plus properties, just like with the retweets. Okay? So buy Google Plus Ones, for example, you can buy 50 Google Plus shares for 19 bucks, or you can buy 100 Google Plus shares for 29 bucks. These are very, very powerful, guys. Sometimes when I have videos that are just being a bitch to rank on under normal circumstances, I just do this. I just go post it into a Google Plus post. Generally, it's going to be done anyways through my IFTTT network, right? So I just go get the post URL, and then I go add some Google Plus One or Google Plus shares, and it will rank. Okay. So I just want to give you that as an idea because again, these are social embeds, guys, and this is a social embed on a Google property, right? And also, SEO clerks, I know there's like somebody in there that will do embeds on like a network of like 50 or 100 or whatever blogger accounts. So that's also powerful too because again, it's another Google property.
Hey, Bradley, can you share the link for that retweet?
You mean for the actual tweet itself?
No, sorry, the $4.99 or $4.89 for 500. I don't think that was one of them.
Yeah, it should be right there. Social stop right there. Yeah, that's it. It's in
No,
chat.
no, sorry. Yeah, okay, I didn't. I'll
Yeah.
share it.
Socialshop.co, and then we had the Google Plus ones underneath that, the Google
Yep.
Plus stuff.
Yep, sorry about that. That's my
Okay,
mistake.
no worries, no worries. All right, so guys, last thing I wanted to talk about, and then we'll have to save the other part till next week because we're not going to have time. We're out of time. Social engagement, guys. Again, the Facebook group. It was in the Hump Day Hangouts. I don't have it open right now, but there's a Facebook group that's not our group. It's somebody else's group, but it's got like 300 and some members. I thought I had more, but there's like 300 and some members in there. It's a very active group where you can go in and you paste in your the keywords that you want somebody to search, and then they'll go to Google, they'll search, they'll locate your video, they'll click on the video from the search engines, so now you're getting a click through. They'll watch it, and then if you ask them to, they'll like it and comment on it and blah blah blah. I don't suggest you do that on every watch because that looks unnatural too. But maybe whatever. You get the click through, you get to watch. You can get a like and a comment, and you can also ask for subscribing. Okay, and guys, that's really 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 important for ranking stuff. Sometimes you can rank videos with no additional backlinks or social signals, all with just social engagement. It's very, very powerful, and that's why I use the hell out of crowdsearch.me for my video SEO business. The Semantic Mastery Google Plus group. Again, I don't have the URL right offhand. We'll put it in the notes, guys. You guys can join that and become active in there. I think there's only like 50 some members in there, and I'm not very active in it because I use crowdsearch.me. But you guys are more than welcome to crowdsource each other and help each other with that, because again, social engagement, guys, it just costs you a couple minutes in time. It doesn't cost you any money. Okay, crowdsearch.me, that the doors are closed on that right now, but that's Dan Anton's product. I use the hell out of it. I think it's fantastic for video SEO. It's also, I used it very strategically for website stuff too, not the way that they show it on the sales page though, because I think that's dangerous. But I use it, and we'll talk about this at a later date. But I use it in a very specific way for websites. But for videos, it's great because it accomplishes what these other things do, and it does it automated for me. All I got to do is set up the campaign, and it's done. However, you can do the same thing. And by the way, I'll be talking to Dan Anton probably this week at some point because we're doing another promotion for something else for the Lead Gadget stuff. So I'm going to find out when he's going to open it again so I can notify you guys ahead of time, or if there's a chance, maybe, possibly, and I don't know if this is even possible, but that he might open it up for our group if I ask him nice enough with, a cherry on top and all that. So I'll let you guys know as soon as I find out for sure. Microtask workers, however, you can do what crowdsearch.me does with microtask workers. In fact, that's what I used to do before crowdsearch.me. And so microtask workers, I'm going to paste these last 3 links in here for you, Adam. And once we get through this very quickly, we're going to end it because we're already 20 minutes over. So guys, what I'm going to do is just show you what microtask workers are. These are essentially people that are like Fiverr gigs almost, but they're just like, they're micro tasks. So like short task is the one that I use the most. But essentially you go in and you set up a task, and then you put up like a price of what you're willing to pay for that task. And the task could be, go to Google, search this keyword, locate the video that ends in this, and you put the video ID, that little string of characters and numbers after the watch question mark equals thing in the YouTube URL, and you just say go watch this video, and then at the minute and 15-second, what does it say? You got to put some sort of solving. You have to have them solve something in order to verify that they did it. That's what I do. So like what I would do is I'd set up a short task job, and I would say, okay, go Google, search this term, find the video. It could be on page 5. It doesn't matter. Just find the video, and as long as it's in the top 10 pages or whatever, and say find the video that has this video ID. Click on it, watch it, and at the 32-second mark, what does it say? And then and it has a solve box where they have to enter in something in the task screen, so then they hit the enter button, like the submit task, and that way I know that they did the task, and then it automatically bills my account. You have to fund your account up front, but I would set my task to be anywhere between like 12 cents to 20 cents. Okay, and then that's how you dial in the speed with which the tasks get completed. So essentially you dial in your view rate by how much you pay. So if you pay 20 cents per view or per task, which would be a view, then you might get
100 views very, very quickly, which would cost you what, $2 or $20. But if you do like 12 cents per view, you might get only 15 views in a day because people are doing the 20-cent task for other people instead of doing your 12-cent task. Does that make sense? So that's how you can dial it in, and you can just do batches. You can do small tasks like $20 per task, like per campaign, and that way you can really dial it in. And a lot of times for local videos, guys, you don't need more than just a handful, 20, 30, 40 views in a 30-day period to get that ranking that you're looking for, because they're local videos. If you're going after more national or competitive stuff, obviously you're going to need more views. But usually once you get pushed to the top of the search results, you're going to start getting natural views anyways, and you don't need to do the short task stuff anymore. Okay, so even though crowd search is currently closed, as soon as I find out if it's open, or if I can, when it's going to open, or if I can get it opened especially, special for you guys, I'll let you know. In the meantime, you can use crowd short task. The other one was microworkers.com, and the other one is MTurk, which is Mechanical Turk, which is an Amazon product. It's an Amazon. Shit, I didn't mean to do that.
And it does look like, I was checking out Steve's comments and Sergey as well, it does look like those links that they're posting are working, so it looks like crowd search is open right now for 2 days.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, get in, guys. I'm not kidding you guys. If you guys are doing video SEO stuff, I mean, and I can do another training on how I use it for websites, guys, because I don't recommend using it for websites the way they show you how to do it. Honest to God, I don't. And you'll get, I'm telling you, it's a ticking time bomb. But it's still a great service, but you just got to use it a specific way. We don't have time to get into that right now. But if you're doing video SEO, guys, I highly recommend getting in there and get in now before they close the doors again, if that's the case. Okay. Highly recommend. Mechanical Turk is by Amazon, guys. Same thing. It's microtask stuff. So, all right. So, anyways, guys, there's one other thing I wanted to talk about, which was going to be, and I'm just going to give you a teaser of what it is. We'll talk about it next week. But it's SAPE links, guys. SAPE links are Russian, the Russian network links. If anybody here has been in the SEO for very long, you guys have heard about SAPE links, and you guys have probably been told to stay away, don't touch them with a 10-foot pole. Well, I beg to differ. I use the hell out of SAPE links, and we'll talk about that, I guess, next time. I'll try to cover that very briefly in the beginning. But for the, SAPE links can be very, very, very powerful, and they can be very, very cheap. Some of them aren't, the most ethical of links, because some of them are hacked links and things like that. But the point is they're very, very powerful. And if you know how to use them right, like you can use them direct to YouTube videos. And you only need one or two sometimes, and it's just, well, I mean, I've taken a video from page 3 that I worked on for weeks, and I couldn't get it to come up past page 3, and then I pointed one PR6 SAPE link that I purchased directly from the sape.ru network, and within 3 days, it was in #1 position in Google search. It went, I mean, literally, I spent weeks trying to rank this video, and I bought one PR6 link, and boom, #1 in Google. And it cost me, I think it was $5.82 per month for that link. So we'll talk about that more. I'm going to give you guys there's a software called Saper that you can use to actually locate the links direct from the sape.ru network. It's kind of a pain in the ass to use, but you can get links for dirt cheap that way when you go buy them yourself. Or you can use SAPE providers, which is what I recommend doing because it's so much easier and faster. And and there's like some black hat providers that from black hat forums and stuff that's what they're very good at. And you can buy links there for $5, $10, $15 per month. And sometimes that's all you need. And again, if you can rent a video for $150 a month or $200 a month, is it worth spending $15 a month on some SAPE links? Of course it is. Of course it is. Let them do the work, right?